Hey, this is Civil here, back with another Panthers game recap. So, game 45 of the regular season, we're up against Minnesota, home game, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Barkov is still out with a lower body injury, which isn't good because he was benched for the third period against Anaheim, and then he was a game time decision the next game, and now this game, he's week to week. Obviously, I'm hoping for a win here, and I'm hoping we score a lot of goals, Sorry, I had a horrible explanation here. What I wanted to say was Minnesota has really shaky goaltending right now, and I'm hoping that we light up whoever's put in the net. I'm hoping for something around 5 goals, but knowing Maurice, it's going to be a 2-1 victory. Any victory is fine right now. We need to end this losing skid, seriously. Oh, and also, I will explain the lighting change at the end of the video. Don't want to bore you right now. Alright, so the first period of this game was pretty wild in the sense that everybody was fighting everybody, and no pun intended, which was pretty damn cool, but at the same time, not good for the scoreboard. So to start off the game, there was a hit on Fleury by Lockwood, which looked kind of accidental. At that point, you could tell the game, it was definitely going to get chippy. He got in a fight a little bit after that with the Minnesota Wild player Duhaime, and he went to the locker room immediately after he lost the fight. The Wild scored a goal on the power play resulting from the hit on Fleury, so Panthers down 1-0. Foligno boarded Ekman Larsson, which resulted in a power play for us, which we did nothing on, and then Foligno came out the box and dropped the mitts immediately. And fought with Gadjevich, and then went back to the box with Gadjevich. After that, there was another Minnesota penalty for interference. Again, we didn't capitalize on it, and at this point, the power play just looked flat and dead. And soon, it was not just the power play. However, before that, Minnesota got a power play themselves off a call on Stenlund, and we killed it off. But our 5-on-5 play is not looking good in the slightest. So, down 1-0 after 1, not looking like a team that can win this game. But, anyway, let's move on to the second period. I have 3 Panthers jerseys. And with how this team was performing, I thought at the very worst, I would be down to my Minnesota Wild jersey. 4 goals. I have to switch to the Reebok Minnesota Wild jersey. So, the second period starts, and it's time for X-Lax to prove that he's worth $7.5 million a year. He scores 40 seconds in, which is great. We're about to mount a comeback, right? 1-1 tie. We're all good until Bobrovsky slashed a guy's ankle, got called for a penalty, and on the Minnesota power play, they score. Forsling lays an amazing hip check, then Mikkola takes another high-sticking penalty, and they score. And then another call on Florida leads to a fucking 4th goal. 4-1 Minnesota. 3 unanswered power play goals. Seriously, Lomberg tries to fight Duhaime, but there's a no-show for Duhaime. That means unsportsmanlike conduct on Lomberg, but for some reason they call Lomberg on it, and then they call the Minnesota bench for it, which gives us a power play, and we don't capitalize. Then Minnesota number 24 takes a penalty 6 seconds left on the first power play that we got. So we had 6 seconds of 5-on-3, and then another power play, and then we don't capitalize again. Luosterainen scores 4-2 Minnesota. And then X-Lax takes a penalty with 54 seconds left on the clock, I believe. And we kill the first half of it off before going into the second intermission. So, 4-2 Minnesota. What the hell is this team doing? We shouldn't be losing to the 7th place Central team. This team played last night and lost 7-3 to the Tampa Bay Lightning, a wild card team. And this team let 4 power play goals in, 3 of them unanswered. Listen, if we lose in the third period, all I'm going to say is I'm not going to be surprised. Florida Panthers find new ways to disappoint me every single time they lose. So the Wild, to open the period, the Wild score on that power play. I was talking about where we killed the first half off in the second period, and yeah, up until like around the halfway point of the period, the most interesting thing to happen in the game was that my dad said the Panthers made the Super Bowl last year. For his part in this whole thing, Isaiah Stolarz played amazing in backup. He saved a lot of shots, and he didn't let a single goal in past that power play goal. But Minnesota was unstoppable on the power play tonight. Panthers were pushing hard for a third goal. Bennett and Verhaeghe both had amazing chances, which nobody knew it at the point, but if they buried that, it would have been a tied game going into overtime. Lundell scored, which meant we were back within 2. And then Forsling scored 18 seconds later, which meant we were within 1. And at that point in the game, I thought we were going to lose 5-4. So we empty the net with 2 minutes left. And Minnesota shoots at it and almost scores, but misses by this much. And at this point, the referees aren't calling anything. Like, they seriously are not calling anything. And then, just like that, they score on an empty net, and it's over. 6-4 loss. Now, there are some positives to take away. This team showed life against Minnesota. Does that mean against Nashville we start winning? Good question. I don't know either. Next game, we have Nashville. This losing streak better not make it to 5. So with that out of the way, it's time to talk about the lighting, which I promised that I'd talk about in the first period. So, I'm sorry, I can't. I was noticing while I was editing and watching back the videos that the lighting quality was not that good in here. It wasn't actually quite ruining the videos. And, you know, me holding the microphone was really killing the audio quality. So I made a few changes to the setup, and now it should be good. I have my lamps plugged in back there. I have one here. I have a desk, a little mini desk right here, which I stand my microphone on top of. So I have a whole setup in this room to review Panthers games. Okay, so it just turns out I didn't say anything after that point in the video, which means that I'm going to be recording the ending right now. Yeah, Panthers, please win against Nashville. I don't want to do 5 straight losses. I want to be excited to review a game, please. And thank you. Okay, bye-bye.